share a little bit more about the secondary effects that come along with this type of thing. In some cases, not being believed, things like that.
Sure. And we see this play out regardless of technology, right? One of the mantras of the victim services, the anti violence movement, is to start by believing. And especially when we think about how technology plays a part in this, many victims I worked with said, I reported it to police, I reported it to someone, and they said, that can't happen, or that I don't believe it. And really, it's not our job to say what can and cannot happen, but it is our job as community members, as partners, as friends to believe that person and then find someone who can help them. And so oftentimes we'll see victims not wanting to report that they have been victims of crime because they're afraid they won't be believed, they won't be taken seriously. Um, Oftentimes victims who are experiencing violence online will say, well, it's online, somebody, I don't know where to report, or I don't know who's going to believe this, or it's their word against mine. But again, that level of not believing folks, just it plays out all over crime victimization, not just in the cyber world. But when we add that cyber component piece, that even makes it more difficult for people to get the help and the resources that they need, because people can't fathom that the technology can do it. I know a lot of times when victims think about if they've been a victim of stalkerware, and how someone can gain access to your computer, your keystrokes being logged, what sites you visited. Many people don't know that that is actually possible, given some of the technology that is out there. And so when victims say, hey, I'm being followed, hey, this person knows where I'm at, hey, they're showing up and I didn't tell them. We really have to honor what that person is saying and believe them that they are experiencing that, because we know that many times victims, again, the one time that they choose to report or talk to someone, and if they don't get a supportive, reassuring, empathetic reaction, that might be the only time that they report. And so we have to really think critically about that. We often hear in this sort of crime as well a lot of victim blaming, right? Again, they should have known better. If you hadn't posted it online, you wouldn't have had this happen to you. And it's important for us to remember again that this is the behavior that someone else chose to do and not the fault of the victim. And so we have to think about that clearly. And then when we think about too how someone is experiencing this and seeing their most intimate moments, say they're a victim of non-consensual intimate images or revenge porn, right? So their most intimate moments being shared online. I always tell people that the internet and technology, social media is like the city of New York. It doesn't sleep. So not only am I experiencing the violence or abuse or whatever else in my day-to-day life, then I go online and it's there for the world to see without an off switch. And so it's important that when we're talking to victims, we're talking to our community members, we're talking to friends and family who might be experiencing this, that we validate these sorts of feelings of shame, these feelings of guilt, these feelings of being robbed of their life. We have to validate that and we have to honor that. And again, if we don't know where to send somebody to, we send them to victim service resources in our community or folks that can help them.